Hey guys, you're welcome again to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Scholastica, a Nigerian trained registered nurse midwife currently living and working as a nurse in the UK. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can secure a nursing job in the UK while you are still in your home country. So keep on watching to the end and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And guys, thank you so much to all of you that subscribed to my channel. Yes, you. I'm talking about you. And now you're feeling guilty that you did not subscribe. It's not too late. Hit the subscribe button below. It is free of charge. You are not paying any money. Please subscribe and share the video. You don't know how many people you are helping by sharing the information. Alright, now let's get on with this video. Now guys, the first thing for you to do to get a job in the UK is to tailor your CV. Obviously, that should be the number one thing. Like, package your CV very well. Market yourself in your CV. Put your strengths, your trainings, your experiences, everything. Just sell yourself in your CV so that whoever gets in touch with your CV, just looking at it, will want to get to know you better, and that will lead to an interview. Now guys, before you even get to that stage, you need to decide where you want to work. Now, which setting do you want to work in? Do you want to work in a care home or you want to work in the hospital? You have to make that decision first. Now, there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages to working in any of these two places. So put that into consideration, and also put your long-term goals, your aspirations. Think about all that before deciding on where you want to work, because coming to the UK to work is a long-term thing and you don't want to be stuck in a job that you don't like. Hope you feel me. All right, so let's assume that you've decided on where you want to work, care home or hospital. You've chosen. Now the next step for you to do is to decide on how you want to apply for your jobs. Now there are two ways to go about this. If you are Superwoman or you are maybe Dangote's daughter, I don't know, you want to do it on your own, you want to come to the UK and look for a job on your own, or you want to be at home and search the internet, look for a job on your own, you are free to do that, my dear. Just search the internet. There are a lot of jobs, seriously. In fact, there are a lot of nursing shortages in the UK right now, and it's just like any advert you see, it's about nursing. Like, seriously. So anyway, if you want to do it on your own, just go to the home or the hospital you want to apply with, check their site for listings, for vacancies, and then when you see a job that you are qualified for, apply for it. Put your CV and send your application, and you just sit down and wait for them to contact you. That does not mean you should apply to only one, no, because no, apply to as much as possible. If you want to work in the hospital, you want to do NHS job, go to the NHS website. Go to the NHS website. It is jobs.nhs.uk.com, something like that. I will leave it in the description box. Let me not worry my head. Just look for it in the description box. Okay, so if you want to get an NHS job, check the site, and then you'll see a lot of listings that are being put there daily. Just look through the listings and choose the one that is favorable to you. Choose the job that you can do, because now apply for the job and wait for a callback. If you don't want to go through all the stress and all the drama of doing it on your own, you have the option of using an agency. That is what I did though. If you want to use an agency, there are do's and don'ts, advantages and disadvantages to everything. So guys, first of all, you have to choose the agency you want. Now, I see a lot of people applying to different agencies at the same time. Like, seriously, you are going to be in hot soup if two people give you COS at the same time. So just before you get to that stage, think of the agency you want to use. Research about the agency. Now, the thing is that because there are too many options, we can get confused and carried away. So what I tend to tell people is that if you want to use a particular agency, tell them to show you somebody, preferably a Nigerian, that they've recruited over to the UK. Then you chat that person up, ask that person, how is your job? How did the agency treat you? Were there any delays? How was the communication? Things like that. So after discussing with your fellow Nigerian, ask about this agency in your group chats, Facebook pages. Almost every one of us are in one nursing group or the other. Don't hide the information to yourself, my dear. If not, you will be lost. Just carry the agency matter. Tell your group, give them the options that you are considering. Many of them in that group already have experience with some of these agencies, so they will let you know the good and the bad and the ugly and the ones that you should not even go near to at all. So after you've let's say you've narrowed down your search and you've decided on the agency you want to use. Now another thing, before I even forget, let me say this, guys. These agencies get a lot of money by bringing you over to the UK. So if you hear any agency, if anybody is directing you to any agency that asks you to pay money, let me say my anthem: dust your slippers and run away. That agency is a thief. Your employer is paying a lot of money on your head to bring you over to the UK. You don't need to pay another agency 1 naira to bring you to the UK. In fact, there are a lot of adverts begging you to come to the UK. There are a lot of jobs. Make sure you don't fall into the hands of a scam agency. So that's why you need to do your research well. Now, if you want to know the agency I use and you want me to refer you to them, just let me know in the comments section and I will let you know. Okay, then let's say you've decided on the agency you want, or you've decided to apply for the job on your own, and then you get an invitation for interview. What do? After getting an invitation for an interview, you have to set up a Skype account, because your interview is going to be done through Skype. Now you have to, before the interview, they get a friend to call you to test your Skype to make sure it's working properly, so that you won't have hypertension under your interview day too. Make sure that your internet connection is working, the light is appropriate, there is no noise. Just make sure that that place is conducive for your interview. What I see a lot of people do is that because they think it's an online interview, they don't take it as important as going to the interview in person. Whether you're having your interview online or in person, it's the same thing. So make sure you package yourself well and you organize yourself well. Now, a lot of people decide to rent a space in a cyber cafe to attend their interview. That depends on you. For me, my house was conducive for me, so I used my bedroom. I just make sure the lights was on, the place was clean, and there were no distractions. So my interview went smoothly without any problem. But if you think that your house is not okay for your interview, you don't want to bargain with your future, just go and rent a space in a cyber cafe. I don't think it should be that expensive. I think you can rent for 1 hour or at most 2 hours for your interview. The interview doesn't take that long. The employers want you to pass the interview and come over to the UK because they really need nurses. So don't let the interview stress you out. They are just your normal nursing questions, your normal things you encounter in the hospital or in the care home on a daily basis. So in another video, I'm going to talk more about likely interview questions, what to expect and things like that. Let's just move on with this video. So guys, during your interview, you want to make sure that you are dressed professionally. Just because you are having an online interview, it's not a license to dress anyhow you like. Dress properly. Do your hair, do your makeup, look professionally, look like the nurse that you are, not like a stripper or like somebody that wants to go to a party or things like that. Dress professionally, attend your interview, be confident, smile. Make sure you are looking at the lens during the interview. Look at the lens, don't look at the keyboard. Interact with your prospective employer. Ask questions that will make them know that yes, you are really involved in this process and you are eager to come over to the UK. So they will want to assist you better. Okay, so guys, after you pass your interview, if you are using an agency, within 24 to 48 hours, your agency will give you feedback of how your interview went. If you are doing it on your own, you will get feedback from your employer directly of how the interview went. Now, when you get your job, it's not easy to get a job in the UK when you are your yansh still gum your chair for your papa house or your mama house for Nigeria. So rejoice, and I say again, rejoice. Now, after rejoicing, you have to start doing the paperwork, your documentation. You have to like submit references, do your medical test for your medical fitness, and then you can do your TB test and things like that. So after doing all that, then your employer is going to apply for your certificate of sponsorship. Now, when you get your certificate of sponsorship, you can apply for a visa. Remember, guys, that before you even do all this, you already have your decision letter in hand. So you have your decision letter, you have your certificate of sponsorship, your TB certificate, everything is intact. Then you go and apply for your visa. Another thing, guys, after applying for your visa on the immigration page, do not submit your application. Let your agency, that's another benefit of using an agency, let your agency go through your application to make sure that you've not made any mistake before submitting your application. Because, guys, they refuse visas. So just because you've not seen a case of a nurse being rejected visa doesn't mean it doesn't happen. If you put a wrong information, something you misunderstood in the visa application process, and you answer the question wrongly, your visa is going to be rejected. Simple as that. So before you submit that page, make sure that you've dot your I's and cross your T's. In fact, I made a mistake on my visa application and I almost went mad. That is a story for another day. So guys, after you submit your visa application, you go for your biometrics. As Nigerians, we don't really do visa interviews to get our tier 2 visa. So what we do is we go for our biometrics, do that, do the capturing, submit your documents, and then wait within 15 days. Usually at the end of 15 days, if you are using the standard application, your visa will be ready. Now when you get your visa, or while you are still waiting for your visa, my dear, this is the time to shop. Shop till you drop. Buy everything you need to buy. Visit who you want to visit. Do everything you want to do, because once your visa comes out, it happens like magic. Once your visa comes out, that's when you realize that there is no time at all. So make sure you start planning before your visa gets out, or while you are still applying for your visa, make sure you start planning. So when you get your visa now, what is the next thing? The next thing, of course, is to carry your bags and baggages and wheel yourself to the airport, and then you can come to the UK and start earning pounds. So my dear, it's really easy. Getting a job in the UK while you are still in Nigeria as a nurse is really not as complicated as people think it is. Don't let any agency fool you. Don't let anybody scam you of your hard-earned money. If you need any help, any advice, anything you are confused with, please let me know. I'm here for you 24/7. You know that. And guys, don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Bikonu, subscribe. I'm not Igbo, by the way, but subscribe. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you are here when I drop my next video. Thank you. And again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Till next time, bye. And one more thing, guys, I forgot this when I was saying the video. There is something called a contract. Now what this means is that your employer will usually have a contract of 2 years or 3 years, depends on what employer you have. But most have seen they have 3 years contract. Now when you get a contract and you sign a contract after your interview, this means that you are bound to this employer for 3 years or 2 years, depends on what you signed. So that means that for those 3 years that you are going to be in the UK, you have to work for this particular employer. If you decide to leave your employer before the 3 years elapses, that means you have to pay back a certain percentage of money that was spent to bring you to the UK. So guys, just make sure you do your homework, research your employer before you sign any contract. And oh, one more thing. This thing just keeps coming back in bits. One more thing, guys. You don't have to worry about your visa fee, your flight fare, your accommodation. Your employer is going to take care of that. So when you get to the UK, the employer will pay your 2 weeks hotel accommodation or B&B accommodation or whatever accommodation. Your employer is going to settle that. They are going to also schedule an airport pickup for you. They're going to pay for your first month accommodation or your 3 months accommodation or a certain amount to your accommodation payments. Depends on the employer you have. So make sure you go through your offer letter, your contract, read it very well before you sign anything. And with that, I rest my case. If I remember anything again, I'll come back. That is why you need to subscribe so you don't miss all these little things. It's not too late. Don't leave this video without subscribing. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Hit the subscribe button below now. Bye.